everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial. And today we are painting Blood Ravens. Yes, we're doing a Blood Ravens Gravis Captain today. And, well, we're just going to jump in and we're going to start painting him. He's been primed in Grey Seer. And the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 4 parts Blood Angels Red to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. And this is just to help us improve the flow just a little bit. And we're going to get this over the top of all of our red armour for our Blood Raven. Now this is basically all the power armour excluding the shoulders. I think the helmets, but I need to go and check a reference after this. But you'll find out in the next clip, I'm sure. Unless you turn the video off. Don't do that. Watch the rest of the video. As you can see, we're correct in our assumption that the helmet is the same colour as the pauldrons, at least as far as I can tell according to the internet. Anyway, what we're going to do next is we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Carroburg Crimson to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. And this is so we can get it closer to that kind of classic Khorne Red look. And again, also just improve the flow to get a nice clean coat. But again, don't worry too much if you do have kind of some dark splotches or whatever. We will show you how to fix that a little bit later on, should you need to. So with that all done, hopefully our next colour is also quite a major one that features on the model and in the scheme. And it's going to be some Black Legion. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying this over top of all of the cloth, all of the gaps in all of the armour, the bolt gun casing, the Aquila on his chest, and the trim of the shoulders. So with that all done, our next colour is going to be some Seraphim Sepia. And we're going to use this over the top of the helmet and the pauldron, because it's quite a pale bone, the heraldic colour at least. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown. We're going to apply this over the top of all the leather, including the sheath of the sword. With that Cygor Brown all applied, we're then going to take some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the top of parchment. What we're also going to do is going to apply this over the top of the skull, just here. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Sigvald Burgundy. We're going to apply this over the top of the wax seals. So with that all done, we also applied it over the top of the grip of the sword. But what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Dark Angel's Green and we're going to apply this over the top of his eye lenses. And so with that all done, it's now time to work on some metallics. And the first of these is going to be some thinned down Retributor Armour. I'm going to apply this over the top of decoration down here on the leg. I'm going to apply it over the top of the decoration on the bolt gun, the crossguard, and the trim of the scabbard and sword. And we're also going to apply this over the top of the bullets in the magazine, just here, and over the top of the majority of the reliquary on his back up there, but not the top part. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of our remaining details. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades, and of course the first of these is going to be some Nuln Oil. I'm going to apply this over top of all the black and all the silver. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Reikland Fleshshade. I'm going to use this to shade all the gold. So with that all done, our Blood Ravens, well, our Blood Raven is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. He's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave him there. Of course not. We're going to take him to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. Now the layer is going to be a corrective layer. It's going to be some Khorne Red. We're going to thin it down with sort of 4 or 5 parts water to 1 part Khorne Red. I'm going to use this as like a little glaze over the top of the red. And as mentioned, this is just to help us correct any sort of dark patches that you may or may not have. But you might not have any, in which case, just skip this belt. So with that all done, it's now time to highlight all of that red. It's going to be slightly unconventional, but the Blood Ravens are a slightly unconventional colour. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Evil Sunz Scarlet. I'm going to use this to highlight all the red. So with all that Evil Sunz Scarlet applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Squig Orange. I'm going to use this to pick out the sharpest parts in all of that red. So with that all done, the red is now finished. So what we're going to do now is move on to the black. I'm going to start by taking some thinned down Mechanicus Standard Grey. I'm not doing things very typically here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this to highlight all of the black, starting just down here. just like that sort of thing. So with all of that Mechanicus standard grey applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to add some little spot highlights to all of the black. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Pallid Witch Flesh. We're going to use this to highlight the helmet. So with that all done, we're then going to take a teensy tiny amount of Moot Green. I'm going to use this to add a little highlight to the underside of the lenses. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down pink horror. I'm going to use this to highlight the Sigvald Burgundy, which is the two little wax seals. And the grip of the sword. With that pink horror all applied, we're then going to take some Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to highlight the parchment. And with that Screaming Skull all applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown. I'm going to use this to add some little text lines to the parchment. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight all the silver. And with all that Ironbreaker applied, we're then going to take some Warp Lightning, and we're going to apply this over the top of the little buttons on his gauntlet just here. And so with that all done, it's now time to finish off our Blood Raven by taking some thinned down Liberator Gold. I'm going to use this to highlight all the gold. And there we have it, our Blood Raven is now finished, and I really enjoyed myself painting this one. I've been wanting to do a Blood Raven for a very, very long time, so a massive thank you goes out to my Patreon who asked me to paint up a Blood Raven for them. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you find it useful for your Blood Ravens project, and well, this one will be coming out to you very, very soon. So I hope you guys at home enjoyed it as well. You know, hope you found it useful. Blood Ravens, hooray! If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And
If you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.